You know, when you think about it, the BBC have recently just asked us to basically pay more money for their service. And of course, they have I'm not sure what you would call it now, fact-finding service, which apparently roots out all the fake news. You'd never know it, of course, if you listen to some of their major bulletins, or indeed major programmes like Laura Kuenssberg every Sunday morning prime time on BBC One. This is the weekly political programme in which she apparently thoroughly investigates the people in power on our behalf. You get the picture. So when you look at the panel sometimes, you do kind of wonder where they decide to pick the panel from. But more importantly, why is the panel allowed to literally call someone a psychopath on national television and get away with it? Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Neil Sean here in the very heart of Downing Street, London. That's right, the alleged comedian Ruby Wax was allowed to call the former president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, a psychopath and a narcissist. Now, apparently the reason behind this was because she interviewed him over 25 years ago. And basically she was trying to warn everybody that if Trump gets in, how bad would things be? Now, I'm not a political activist in any shape or form, but one might suggest, of course, going on national television, particularly on the UK's premier broadcasting channel, and calling someone a psychopath or a narcissist, well, it should have been reprimanded. The only thing the host did, Laura Kuenssberg, was basically say, oh, well, yes, at least, you've met him, so perhaps you could say that. No, it's totally wrong. And either way, you're talking about somebody that somebody met over 25 plus years ago. Let's not forget also that Ruby herself is of a fragile state. In and out of facilities for her mental health treatment, she's turned that into a very lucrative business. No two ways about it. Books, stage shows and documentaries. But you see, if you bring any of that up, or in fact perhaps were to reprimand Miss Wax, well, suddenly then you're being unkind because of course the struggles and problems that she's had. A whole basis of this attack was apparently when he said he was going to become the president of the United States on his private plane, she laughed. Allegedly, he said stop the plane and she was going to be booted off. As I said, clearly, for someone who claims to be a comedian in the past, not much of a sense of humour. She didn't get booted off the plane, but of course let's not get in the way of a very good story. So going back exactly to how the BBC handled this situation, really, is it correct for someone to literally go on air and call somebody like that who in the very near future could possibly become the President of the United States for the second time? Either way, I don't know about you, but paying a little bit more for this level of journalism truly is something of a switch off. What do you think? Neil Sean, Downing Street, London.